Welcome to my car journal. I believe this is entry 3. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just ignore that. But welcome. I'll be naming this Cycle of Twin Pillars. And I'll be naming that because if I'm gonna get straight into it, you know, when you become of age, you how can I say it? Because right now I'm 36. I'm still young, but I'm still an unk. The youngest will call me an unk, even though I don't look nothing like it. But with that said, when you get to a certain age in your life, things start to hit you more differently. Definitely if you have wasted time, you have wasted resources, you done seen opportunities open and close. And then once you hit that age, you're wondering, like, where did all the time go? What was I doing wrong? And that's kind of where I'm at. And I had this epiphany today. I won't even say an epiphany. I was just thinking in my postal truck today, like, wow, dog, you are reaching 37, and yeah, you're on a mission to do better, but one, why so long? 2, can you break your old cycles? And can you get through them? And sometimes I worry about that, because old cycles, old habits are truly hard to break. That saying that you can't teach a old dog new tricks, to some degree, that goes with life. Like, it really goes with life when you start to really realize, when you start to realize certain things. But the truth is, you can teach an old dog new tricks. You really can. And when you're coming from a human perspective, you could teach yourself new tricks. You could teach yourself ways to get out of any rut that you're going through. You can teach yourself new tricks to trick your mind. You can teach yourself that. But at the same time, it all depends on, are you willing to give yourself time? Are you willing to give yourself discipline, patience, and a little bit of empathy? Because there are going to be days that you go back to your old self And right now, I'm dealing with my old self. The person that struggles with consistency. And it feels more like my brain is just reverting back to what's comfortable when I'm trying to put myself in uncomfortable situations. And uncomfortable situations for me is I'm not really ashamed to say it, but just being consistent. And one of my main problems is right now, I'm not consistent at work as much as I would like. And I hope my future self hears this and is very consistent. I hope when my work starts to gain legs and I go back to a video like this, I pray that my consistency paid off, because this is a time and a moment where I am still going through the fire. I am still going through my trials and tribulations. I'm still trying to figure out, where do I go? Where do this go? Where do my life go? And I can admit, I'm struggling. I'm not sad or nothing, but I am struggling. I am real. The work that I'm putting in right now is something that I hope I could look at in my life archive and say, you came a long way. I hope the work that my daughters see, or when she see this video, she can sit there and say, my dad was going through it at this time and this age, but look at us now. And look at him in his 40s now. He's doing way better than what he was doing 10 years ago. And that's my goal. I want to do better than what I'm doing right now. But at the same time, I want to leave breadcrumbs. I want to leave these life archive videos to let people know that I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect. I still live paycheck to paycheck. Like, I still live paycheck to paycheck. I'm dealing with things like car note, car insurance. Like, I'm wondering when I'm gonna ever get out that loop of making car payments. You know? But once again, I'm just in this cycle where I'm aware of my shortcomings, and I'm aware of my flaws. And that right there, that is powerful. That's more powerful than people tend to lead on. Like, knowing your flaws and knowing what you need to get better at is a good head start to get into where you're gonna get to. Because having that knowledge, you could not just flip the switch, but you could truly start putting in the work. But the thing with me is, I struggle with action sometimes. And a prime example is, which is ironic, I'm filming content, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not filming enough content, because a part of me want to be a content creator. And I feel like I'm not filming enough content. But at the same time, my life archive, this channel, The Calling, everything's not meant to just be, everything not meant to just be content. I'm going through real life transformation while dealing with the real life, and with the hopes of using my content to break me free from this rat race I'm going in. And yes, a lot of my videos gonna sound somber, a little sad. It's gonna sound like I'm reaching out for a hand for help, but that ain't the case. I'm putting in the work. I'm doing what I need to do. Just yesterday and today, I did not want to go to work. I did not want to come to work at all. I did not want to come to work. I wanted to just use whatever excuse I had to not just come. And I'm like, why are you gonna do that? And see, in my old self would have just stood home. Like, you know what? Whatever. I would just stood home. But the new version that I'm trying to get to, the new version I want to be, the consistent part, the reliant part, the man that my daughter could look up to and say, hey, my daddy is reliant. I could depend on him. I had to sit there and say, you know what? No, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go to work. And I kind of feel the gears turning in a way. But I also feel like sometimes the gears get stuck. But for the most part, I do feel like the gears are turning in my favor. It's just that as humans, we need to feel the satisfaction. We need to see progress. But I think the 1% that I'm doing, is gonna help me in the long run. By me keep showing up and by me continue to be consistent. But for the most part, like I said, just dealing with your old self while becoming your new self is not one of my hardest tasks, of course not, but it's one of those mental battles that can be hard. It could definitely be hard. And right now, I am truly trying my best to overcome that. I'm truly trying to overcome that and lead in a different way. I'm trying to get over my regrets. Like, everybody has their regrets, but I feel like some of my regrets could have been life-changing. If I stood on the right path and didn't rear off because of temptation or because of following the wrong people. I feel like I could have been living a more better version of myself at this moment. But the thing is, when you make choices, and I like to take it from a soul perspective. Our soul know the life that you're going to live, know the things that you're going to do, know the things that is going to happen, and then take on this assignment to live in the physical form of you, with the hopes of you learning from it, so therefore you don't take it in your next life. So although I may live with regret, I tend to lean on, I was going to make that choice anyway. This was going to happen anyway. But the thing is, I want to slightly rewrite my story. I really do. I want to rewrite my story. I want to change it for the better. I want to use the focus that my daughter have given me to continue to strive for greatness, for betterment. Once again, I want to be good at what I'm doing. I want to be great at what I'm doing. But I don't care for fame. I care for balance. I care for a little piece of freedom. I care about not having to check my bank account just to see what bill did damage to my account. I don't want to live like that no more. And I think all that was hitting me today. Like, I just don't want to live like that no more. I don't want to be in my mid-30s still struggling. I don't want to be entering 40 and I still didn't figure it out yet. I just don't want to be that guy. I just don't. I have way too, like, I'm exhausted from life, but at the same time, I have way too much drive and passion in me to let it just go to the wayside. So once again, I hope my future self appreciates this video. I hope my daughter, if you're listening, whenever you're older or younger, please, baby, don't waste time. Do what you need to do. And to the people that are going to listen and got this far and listen to my story or rambling, once again, this is just a journal, but at the same time, if you're listening, help a brother out. Offer me some advice. Tell me how you got over your hump. How you got over your trials and tribulations. We don't gotta get in detail, but let me know. Maybe that can help someone else, and that can also help me. But for me, as I'm helping myself, the most I'm doing is, right now, showing up. Me leaving the city is an indication of I went to work. I went to work. Me making this video, even though I feel like ever since I got back to work, my creative motor has drained a little bit. But ever since I got back to work, yeah, my creative energy has, just went away a little bit. But at the same time, as I'm making this video, I'm making content. I'm actually using my life story to make content and to say how I feel and deal with what I'm dealing with. So ironically, I'm pushing forward. I'm trying to push the old self to the back and continue to live in my future self. Because I know that man is around the corner. But I also know consistency is the door that I need to go through to get to that man. And with that said, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will catch y'all in my next car journal. Thank you for listening.